Morning, and welcome to the Deal Room Live, the daily real estate deal tank powered by Titan Impact Group, a global leader in AI driven real estate investing and funding, where the real estate world meets speed, precision, and profit. And bring us your deal so we can put it into our AI model that analyzes and structures real estate deals in minutes, generates all the docs you need to get the deal done, and gives you a verified, unbiased breakdown of due diligence report. The investors get the advantage of getting fully vetted AI analyzed deals that cut their due diligence time down by 60%. So you're in the right place. Let's open the deal room now and get into today's opportunity. So good morning, everyone. This is the Landshark Mastermind Deal Room, sponsored by Titan Impact Group, hosted by Landshark Mastermind. I'm Tommy D, one of the co-founders of the Landshark Mastermind. My partners Roman Rubio and Dr. Nangyang Chan have been integral in putting together this mastermind of like-minded people and professionals that are interested in doing moral and ethical real estate deals, investments, and development. We utilize an AI model called Deal Hunter by Landshark. It is an AI model that was put together to help real estate investors become faster and more proficient at identifying strategic real estate deals. Our sponsor, Titan Impact Group, is led by CEO Catherine Bell. She is an expert at all things AI and has helped Deal Hunter by Landshark and the Landshark Mastermind Group come a long way in their AI development. So as of today, this is going to be our 35th show podcast, and we are excited today to talk about some things that have to do with real estate in the residential investment world. One of the things is that I want to make sure that people understand that this podcast is actually recorded. And what we do is when we present deals, this goes out to a network of investors that are interested in investing, but they need due diligence. They need information. What is it, Catherine, that you like to say? Do the numbers tell you what to do?
Correct.
So at that point, Deal Hunter is very proficient at putting information together so that you can do the numbers and then you can know what to do. So I'd like to introduce my co-host today, Catherine Bell. One of the things that you can do if you're interested in learning more about how Catherine operates, you can go to catherinebell.ai and have a discussion with her AI clone. And I don't know, the word clone seems to set people off. It's almost like a trigger. What do you think?
I think it's, again, we're early adopters, and so people, it takes time to educate.
So calling it the AI clone is not a bad thing, but it's actually an AI assistant. And so catherinebell.ai has become a personal assistant to me last month. It's kind of funny. I had 85 conversations with her, and Catherine had to go in and set my account to unlimited conversations because I use it so much. But what it does is it gives me an opportunity to kind of pick the brain of an expert on all things real estate investing and AI. And so take yourself over to catherinebell.ai, have a conversation with her, and learn more about how you can get involved in real estate investing and how you might be able to integrate AI into your personal life or your business life. So with that, I'd like to also mention that you might want to go to meetcatherinebell.com and schedule an appointment to talk with Catherine if you're interested in raising money or if you have money that you want to invest. Catherine's currently in a process of about $1.8 billion of deals in a pipeline. So, and she's got quite a few investors who already raised $50 million using AI. So she wrote the book on it, literally. And so be sure to check all those things out. While I go and get stuff ready to present, Catherine, do you want to say anything real quick?
That, again, AI isn't going anywhere, just like when the internet first came out. People were like, wait, why would I need this? I have the yellow pages, and now we don't even consider the yellow pages. And, why would I send an email, but, rather than just call somebody? And now it's like, it's what we do. We don't use fax machines anymore. And so AI isn't going anywhere. And so you can either lean in and learn how to have an actual relationship with it, and learn that the brilliance behind it is to have us be way more productive and profitable, and use it in a relationship to take the mundane tasks off our list. And we use it every day. Like I use it, and I go to the gym and I have a whole workout routine based on literally the conversation I'm having with my AI, and taking pictures of the machines and weights and all the things, and it keeps me moving forward. And even to the point of like my doctor's visits, and figuring out all the things that are specific to my body, and all the things with that, from diet to having curated menus for families, to even understanding difficult people and difficult relationships. And we have different personalities. And for my team, we uploaded everybody's disc personality profiles, and then literally we're able to have conversations with it inside of my disc personality profile is different than somebody else's. And as a communicator, just like going to another country, it's up to me to learn the language of the other person so that they can understand what I'm saying. It's not up to them to learn my language to understand what I'm saying. So given that it's my responsibility to make sure the other person is really understanding what it is I'm trying to communicate, then that having their personality profile, my personality profile, helped me communicate in such a way that I could actually speak their language and have what I was saying actually be heard. And so, just some really brilliant ways of utilizing AI to be more efficient and effective, and again, profitable inside of what we're doing. So, again, you have a choice. You can lean in or lean out, but the gap is becoming very, very clear. in this, it looks like the Grand Canyon is growing, and what they've discovered is the companies that are leaned into AI, they have like a 400% exponential growth already over the companies that are like not utilizing AI. So as investors, one of the biggest things that I hear all the time is the most time consuming thing that we can do as an investor is to analyze deals, which is why, when Tommy showed me this whole deal hunter land shark, I mean, it literally was mind blowing. So super excited to dig in and, have everybody see how, extraordinarily cool this thing is. You're muted.
All right, thank you. With that, we're going to jump over to taking a look at Deal Hunter by Landshark. And we're going to do some residential discovery this morning. I was talking with a client prospect this morning about um, getting getting deals and analyzing deals. And so one of the things he didn't know was if you go right here to where it says GPTs, are you able to see my screen on this?
Yes.
So when they go to the GPTs right here, it explores GPTs. You can see here that there's all kinds of different GPT aid models that you can use here, from astrology, birth chart, to scholarly GPTs, image generators, even humanizing your email that you're sending to that difficult loved one. You can give it a tone that doesn't fit quite your attitude, so that it's kind of nice. But right here, you can see that if you type in Deal Hunter by Landshark, what you'll get is you'll get the opportunity to have a conversation with the best cutting edge real estate investment assistant on the GPT store. This is free to use. It's got amazing capabilities, and if you just click the Start Chat button right there, you'll jump right into the ability to start using it. Some of the cool features I like to introduce people to is, for example, you can use the voice mode where you're at. If you haven't set up voice mode yet, I would not suggest using it here, but get with Catherine, or do some research and figure out how to create your voice mode. Catherine actually does set up voice mode for people. She helped me set up mine. Mine is called Charlie. Charlie talks to me in the voice of my older brother, who was kind of my bully growing up as a kid, but he was also my protector. He was kind of my bodyguard. So Charlie, my voice mode, is able to talk to me in a way that I am able to understand, and we get through conversations pretty easily, from everything real estate related on down to personal life. So it's pretty cool. Another feature is dictate. I like to use dictate often because I don't I don't type so fast, and I'm actually a hunt and pecker. I use my two fingers. I'm a two finger typer, and so it takes me a little while to get things accomplished doing that. But one of the things I wanted to show people as well is that there's this add more, and you can take pictures, do screenshots, or even add photos and files. And what we're going to do this morning is kind of get into that a little bit. So let me break off into. I got an email from my title. I've got a title agent who is just absolutely amazing. Carrie sent me a list of leads from the title agent, from the title company that she already knows I like. This list is of houses that were built prior to 1990 in the in the area code or zip code. Let me see what zip code this is. 85260. That's a Scottsdale zip code. So you can see here I've got a pretty good list of addresses. As a matter of fact, there's 1,260 addresses right here. And so with that list of addresses, it provides me with a variety of data points that I'm able to break up and analyze. So since this is a list of almost 1,300 people in Scottsdale that have houses built before 1990, what I can find out also from this list is, for example, like what size the house is, how many square foot, the gross livable area there. We can find out how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, which ones have a pool, how many are in good condition, how many are wood frame, how many are block and stucco. These are important things to determine or find out when going through this stuff. You can see up here at the top, this is all information that was included in my sheet. So I can also find out like what their estimated what their estimated cost is on their house left. Like, do they have a mortgage on it still? So um, it's pretty nice to have all this information, but it can be very time consuming to go through it all. So this is where Deal Hunter does its work, and this is really cool. What I can do is I can actually go in here. I can tell it to go and get into that file. This is a list of houses built before 1990. We're going to open it up and we're going to tell it to review this list. That's it. And so we'll see what it produces. It's analyzing the list. It shows here that it's reviewing this list and it's pulled it into its own system. And what it's going to do is it's going to break down the list and show me that I've got 1,259 properties listed. 1,216 of them are owners that are identified. There's 563 individual owners, 357 trust entities owning, and then 339 corporate owners. Property holdings per owner shows that 741 owners only own one property, 272 own two, and so forth. So this one down here, 19 owners hold 7 properties. That's valuable information. So let me ask it to pull me the 19 properties, 19 property owners. Displayed in the chat. Hold on 1 second. I think I gotta click this button. I might have to stop sharing and do it. Hold on. Share sound. Here we go. All right. So it pulled those contacts for me right there. You can see. I've got their full name and all that stuff. So It looks like it provided me with 15 names. It said there was 19, but it only gave me 15, which is okay. But again, this is a way to source, um, source deals and try to figure out where the deals are. So I can tell it to provide me full property details, uh, like the original list, and let it go out and do that work. And there we go. All the property details right there of the owners with exactly 7 properties. And yep, so that's pretty cool. So now what I want to do is I'm going to reprompt it to review the list, only because of the fact that if I rely on it to just use the information that's already been given, it's going to probably give me an error in the listing. But I'm going to say now create a list that I can download with only the properties that are over 1 acre. Include all the property info on that list. And so, and again, this list is just something I got from the title company. It's very general, very basic, but I'm able to do so much with it, giving me the option to download it because I asked for that. I'll save it in here as properties over 1 acre. And when I go back to review that, let's just see if it worked. There we go. And so it pulled that list. There's only 53 of those properties available. And it's given me all the information I need to make, to make detailed decisions. And it provided me with a list of properties that I, would have taken me hours to sort through. From 1,200 or almost 1,300 properties, now I've got a list of 53. I can take this list now that I've saved it, and I can send it back to my title agent and say, hey, skip trace all these for me. Give me these people's information. I need their cell phone numbers. I need their email addresses, etc. So if I really wanted to, I can take this down a little bit further. I know these are all on an acre, but if I wanted to sort it by zoning, because let me see, they all have the same zoning. Let me see if there's something in here that I can show a variety to and tell it to sort it now. I can ask it to take this list and sort it into a priority list of a variety of things. Say I wanted to only do or if I wanted it to sort by oldest to newest. Let's do that one. And I'll tell you why that's important. I'm going to go grab that list and I'm going to tell it to go and do resort this list. And hold on, let me show you guys dictate. I don't know if it's going to work while I'm in the Zoom, but I'll give it a try. This button over here, dictate, it's a little microphone. Let's go with it. I want you to take this list that you created and sort it so that it shows properties oldest to newest. I want the oldest house listed first and the newest house listed last. Put it in order of all 53 properties you provided here. And display this in the chat so that I can just copy and paste it and determine if I want to download it after I have reviewed it. By doing this, I'm prompting it to be very specific now. And I want to verify that it got all the words. Yep, there you go. Send it. And let's see what it comes back with.
So I expanded the table so I can look at it a little better. And there you go. House is built 1954 all the way in date order to 1992. It's also showing me how much land they got right here. I can see that each one of these is almost an acre. There's almost a 3 acre one right there. 2.9. That one's pretty cool because if this it showed that this is R35. And so if you're mathematically challenged, an acre is 43,550 square feet. So this one is almost 120,000 square feet. And if you take 35,000 and multiply that by 3, that's 5, 9, it's 105,000. So you basically have the ability to divide that piece of property right there, that 2.9, into 3 separate parcels. And so I don't know what kind of house is on that property, but if we go look at it, let's do that. 105. This is how we're doing deal sourcing right now. We're right there. We're going to copy this, and I'm going to go down to a map. We'll do some Google Map action. And wow, come on. Google Maps way down here. I don't want a Google Map listing. That's the problem. Put this back right there like that. Go like that. There we go. Let's pop this in and go check out this address real quick. This is virtual driving for dollars right here. So we're going to go right there. It's just down the road. And boom, there it is. Looks like it's a pretty big house. It's got a huge lot to it. It's right off Shea Boulevard. And it's a little bit like, it looks like it's a little bit in a commercial area. So let's take another peek at it. Yeah, I mean, if it's not commercial yet, it's going to be. Because looking at the area, it's very commercialized right there, but it just has a lot going on with it. So again, Deal Hunter is able to do these amazing things and help us get into certain areas where it's very efficient in identifying stuff. Let's do let's put a layer on it so we can see what we're looking at. Yeah, see right there, like it's got if I'm not mistaken, it's probably all this right here with the pool and everything. That's about a 3 acre spot. They got a big fancy house next to it on the other side right there. A couple big fancies. There's a vacant lot over there, but I'm going to tell you right now that wasn't vacant when they took before they took the picture. That right there, watch this, had a house on it once before, and they scraped it. They tore that house down and they turned it into a vacant lot so they could build a bigger house. Looks pretty familiar, doesn't it? But if we back out of this, you'll see it disappeared. Boop, all gone. So this is actually a business model out here in the real estate world called the scrape model. So you get the Scottsdale scrape, you come out here, you scrape all that land off and you build these big monster houses. So this looks like a business right here. I believe that's a business, but this one over here is definitely a house. And then you have this big parking lot for the church. So it's not a bad thing to share kind of like a parking lot with the church. There's probably not a lot of riffraff going through there. So, but Deal Hunter is able to identify this stuff, help us figure it out. This was, again, off of that list that I just created back here. It had 2.93 acres, etc. It's corporate owned. So it's not owned by an individual or trust. And so if I needed more information about that, I can just go get it. The name of the company or the property owner is the Serenity Ranch Estates, LLC, probably a horse farm. So leaning into that. Rad Investments. Now this is interesting because I actually know Rad Investments. Let's go see what they've invested in. I'm kind of nosy. They have a piece of property that is 1 acre from 1971. And when we go check it out, I'm gonna bet it's already been leveled. I'll bet. Maybe. So it definitely is in a position to have a bigger house built on it. Let's see what it looks like. Hmm. Yeah, somebody did a fix and flip on it. Like they got it fixed up a little bit. But what they did was they didn't scrape it. They used the old shell to the property to remodel it. But they definitely did do an extensive amount of work to it to get it fixed up so that they could sell it again. We could get that information from the list to find out how much they sold it for, when they sold it, etc. But it's still going to be considered a house that was built in 1971 because they didn't actually tear it down and build a new property. So, um, so yeah, interesting there. All these ones with individual names on them might be worth looking into because what the potential holds of somebody being like, oh, I just want to get rid of it. Here's another one, 1.8 acres, which could be probably split into two separate lots. So it's right off of Cactus. This might be a Cactus corridor deal here, 9420. Maybe it might be. Let's see. Cactus corridor is just like an anomaly right now with all the types of deals that are going on right there. I just got emailed another one yesterday. I think I shared that one with you, Catherine. It was so property with 1 point. I think they want 1.2, but it said almost an acre. It was more like almost half acre. It wasn't quite a full acre. So let's see here. This one's right off of East Cactus. This one's kind of interesting. It's no, that's off the busy corner right there, but it's an old horse barn. And it looks like the neighbor's like a car collector. That's pretty cool. And those might be all a bunch of old cars, or he runs a business out of there. Filled in the swimming pool, so it's definitely not an entertainment spot. So this is how I like to drive for dollars sometimes. I call it the virtual driving for dollars. So dropping in on this one right here, you can see that they got the main entrance right off of Cactus. So this is not the most um, attractive way to do these projects because again, you got a busy intersection. You're trying to get into this driveway right here, which could be tricky. And so I don't have to spend a lot of time messing around looking at that property to know that it's something that's going to take up more space than I want. And splitting it isn't probably going to make me any more money, so I can just get past that. And looking through the rest of the list, here's another one, 2+ acres off of Cortez. I like these bigger lots because I like to buy them and split them. And when you buy them and split them, what basically like somebody gave you enough material to make 2 gym shoes, and you get to sell both of them separately. So going over here, let's do a little research on this one. And so for those people that are out trying to do real estate deals and residential, like this is to me the easiest way to get this done. Here we go. Look at this. It's already scraped. It isn't on a busy road. And again, this is the one I said you could actually split. Remember I said you could split it? Look at this. if you take, I don't know if I can draw on this. Can I draw here? Let me see. If you take this right here, my drawing sucks because I'm using a wavy ball. If you take this lot right here and overlay it to this lot right here, see how I did that? It's almost the same size. So you could literally petition for this to get a road all the way down, put you in a cul-de-sac, and then split you off 1, 2 houses and put the third one coming in right here. So you got that, and you could actually squeeze one down here and put one down there. So there could be a house here, a house here, and a house here. All from that one lot. And it looks like they're doing something there because we turn off, I don't know how to turn this. There we go. You can see that there used to be a house there. And I got to get rid of all these squiggly lines. What the heck? But you can see there used to be a house there and they just knocked it down. And so started building something different. You go right there to the end of the road. This road can go through. You just got to get what's called an easement. It's an application you fill out. It's not super hard. These are things called entitlements. When you get an easement, when you get a zoning change, etc. These are known as entitlements. There's the eraser button. There we go. Get rid of all these weird lines. There we go. All gone. Cleaned up. So turn this back off. So just, doing this virtual driving for dollars, you can see there's awesome places to have opportunity. Here's another example, like this corner on G-Nan and 98th. There's 1, 2, 3 lots for houses. And these are not little houses. Go look at this one. This house is, it's built, but on the map, it's a vacant lot still. That's funny. Let's try one of these. I've been over there. I know where these are at. Stop. Yep. See, this one's getting built. When the Google car drove by, they were in the process of building it. So vacant lot galore. Jump back out of there. These are all beautiful houses. Super homes is what I call them. They're not quite mansions. They don't reach over 10,000 square feet, but they're like 4,000, 5,000 square foot. And they're going for about 12 to 1,500 a square foot as well. So they're not a kick in the bucket. That's for sure. Let's see what this one got. This one doesn't even have an address yet. There we go. This is what it used to look like. Big vacant lot. Somebody had a fence there. When Google takes pictures, you can kind of pick up what's going down. So see there, houses. That one's pretty much finished. That looks like it's on its punch list right there. Determining that based on the fact that that's a van. It looks like a trade van of some sort. They got boxes out front. So in the previous picture, this was not quite done yet. See how it disappeared just by moving down the street a little bit. So, but yeah, virtual driving for dollars is a lot easier when you have Deal Hunter by Landshark helping you get through it all. You can really get into discovering a lot of cool stuff. So, but this is the area we're kind of targeting. We've got some investors that are looking for property to build these mega homes on. And if I had to sit here and comb through this map for any length of time to discover this stuff, it would take me forever. So it's just easier to apply some of the resources that we have, such as our title agents, getting into this stuff with us, helping us do discovery, applying what they give us to AI to help us get even deeper, and be more efficient and proficient at finding deals, and even doing deal outreach, like getting people on the phone, and getting people to the table. It'll actually help us discover like how to structure deals. So if I wanted to buy one of these houses, it'll help me put together a deal and word it so that the seller might be interested in buying it. So a lot of cool things. Here, I just got an idea of how we can do another trick here with AI. I'm going to minimize this. There we go. Based on this list that I've provided you, please search all listing sites that we normally use for listings and discover or see if any of these properties are listed currently with an agent or broker. And so I'm going to give it the full list again, because remember, it created a list, and then so I want it to be thorough and precise. I'm going to give it the list again, the original one, and let it run that. And so what it'll do is it'll go out to all our listing sites now and see if any of these are under a broker. It says, thanks, I can help you check whether any of these fits in the property. All right, so it has a little prompt error right here. So we're going to fix that by adding the list right there like that. I'm going to tell it again. Review this list for properties listed on all of our listing sites. Utilize the information in the spreadsheet to discover this. Do it now. And we'll set this thing out to run. And see what it comes back with. No, it didn't do that. So let me run another prompt on it. Cross-reference this list of addresses with all of the listing sites like realtor.com and return back to me any information you find about any of the addresses in this spreadsheet. Check Zillow, check realtor.com, check LoopNet, check all the listing sites that we normally use. Only report back to me the properties you find on these listing sites. Put them in the chat and display them in the chat on a canvas so that I can review them before we make it a downloadable spreadsheet. And let's see what it does. There we go. Now, something, I don't know, Catherine, maybe you can speak to this, but I have noticed that as the day wears on, it's like AI seems to slow down or become cumbersome and not operate quite as efficiently as it does at, like, say, 2 in the morning.
Yeah, I assert it's because there's so many people that are actually using it at that time.
Yeah, it seems like it does bog out a little bit. See, so it's going back to, it's not pulling from my list. Hmm. So we found a bug, that's for sure. There's my list. I need you to scrape this list of information and cross-reference it to all of the listing sites we currently use, like Zillow, Realtor.com, etc. See if there's any of these addresses on this list and compare them with listing sites to cross-reference and see if there's anything listed with brokers and realtors. We want to make sure that the list only includes properties that are listed. So go by the physical property address or the CITIS address and compare that to all of the listing sites we currently use. So getting a little bit more detailed with it to maybe see if that causes it to go into a deeper dive. Hmm. So in this situation, it keeps going back to the criteria that I gave it of property under 1 acre. Um, so I'm curious if I just need to go ahead and start a new chat. Yeah, it's not even letting me click on new chat. Let's see. Here we go. Try it again. Review this list of properties and compare all of the CITIS, SITIS addresses against all of our listing sites to see what properties on this list or spreadsheet are currently listed for sale on Realtor or Zillow. Compare cross analysis, do cross analysis of those websites to this list and provide me with just those results. Hmm. So I think what it's having a problem with is finding the address to compare it with. Use the CITIS house number, address, and zip code. See what happens here. Provide me with a list of all of these, not just these three. I want to check Realtor and Zillow. This is interesting. Interesting. So, I mean, it's possible for it to go out and do that, but I don't know if it's doing it quite to the level that I need it to. So I definitely would have to tweak and play with the prompt a little bit more to get it to work the way I want it to. However, it is giving me quite a bit of information in other avenues and other areas. So I think if I created a list that of if I created a list that was not so um, data heavy, like if you look at this list right here, it's just got a lot of numbers in it. And it's possible that maybe deal hunters getting confused by the variety of addresses because you've got stuff in here for the Desert Mountain Schools, you've got the property owner's second address or third address, etc. So I do think it's getting confused by some of these things and causing it to error in some way. Like right here, like it shows some of these people, the mailing addresses of some of these people are in Florida, Illinois, New York, Michigan. So, and they're in Denver, Sydney, um, some of them in Scottsdale, but again, most of them are all over the place. So, if I cleaned up the list a little bit, made it easier for it to decipher, if I knew somebody who was really good at spreadsheets and they could separate it out so that the AI could understand it easier, that would probably be the key to getting the information that we were currently trying to get. So, but again, with like 5 minutes left, I want to encourage people to get out and go check out Deal Hunter, or I'm sorry, Catherine Bell's website, Titan Impact Group. Go check out catherinebell.ai. Go schedule a call to learn more of how I'm doing what I'm doing by going to meetcatherinebell.com and signing up with her there. So I know I didn't give Catherine a lot of time to talk this morning. I hope that she can forgive me for hogging the microphone all day. So, but is there anything else you want to throw in there real quick before we wrap it up? You're on mute.
I guess that helps. I said lean into AI.
Yep. That's the best thing to do. So, well, I would like to also thank my co-founders, Ning Young and Roman, for being inspirations and making all these things happen. They're out doing deals as we speak. Roman down in San Luis is really trying to pull some things together. And I just spoke with Dr. Ning Young Chen last night. He's had an amazing week with his youth ministry, is doing amazing things. And so he's able to do all those things because of how much time he is saving in his professional life by using these AI tools. As a matter of fact, Catherine, he asked about possibly getting involved with trying to get his Rosetta Stone established, and so maybe I can set you guys up with a call so that you can build that out for him, and he can join us in the AI world as well.
Yeah,
So
especially with all the things he's doing.
absolutely. So anything else that you would like to add? You want to plug anything else going on? You got any good deals cooking you want people to reach out to you about?
If people are looking for funding on major projects of 50 million or more, our team helps you put together the entire all the documents and everything necessary in order to get the proper capital stack done for getting all your tax credits and benefits, both federal and state. And then, of course, making sure that we've negotiated your debt and equity so that it works for you. So that's what our team has been working on.
Very nice. That's awesome. I'm excited to know how all that works. And on Friday, Catherine hosts the show on her own with me as standby for she does opportunity zone discussions, and that includes TIFs and stuff like that. Her team is very proficient at getting deals together for people. So I would like to invite everyone to come back Friday and have that conversation with her. I am also going to be trying to get you introduced, Catherine, to um, Robert from Gretna, Nebraska. Him and his family have a 200-acre property they would like to raise capital for and creating a master plan development. They are members of the Land Shark Mastermind, and I just got a message from him the other day that they're really interested in moving forward pretty soon. They're coming up on their fourth quarter, and that's when they like to prep for spending money. And so hopefully we can get on a call with Robert. I'll invite him to come into the podcast that sometime this week. So
Yeah, absolutely.
you guys connected. So, but as always, this call is recorded. And if you have any questions, feel free to definitely reach out to catherinebell.ai or go to my stand store to get onboarded for this and learn how to use it yourself. You can go to stand.store/Tommy D and book an onboarding appointment. Myself, Ning Young, Roman Rubio, we will be able to onboard you on how to create a deal hunter model for yourself to use and go out and do amazing things in real estate investing. So give us a call and we'll help you out. So with that, I'll wrap it up with a prayer. And so, dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the blessing of this day and the blessing of all the things that we're able to do in your presence, Lord. We are gracious and show gratitude for all the great things you've been able to create under your under your greatness. So we ask that you put, hands on our hearts and go forward and in your will. And we ask this through your son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen. And that's a wrap for today. Y'all have a wonderful day. We'll see each other tomorrow at 9 a.m. We'll be talking about commercial deals and how Deal Hunter by Land Shark can help you identify commercial deals as well. Have a good day.